Hello everyone, and welcome back to another reading by yours truly, Andromeda Tarot. As always, my name is Andrea, and next up we have my Aquariuses. Sorry it took so long for me to finally post the Aquarius reading. All right, and the first question that I will be asking is, how is the person on my Aquarius's mind feeling about my Aquariuses? All right, and so think of a person, and let's see how this person is feeling about you. How is the person on Aquarius's mind feeling about my Aquariuses? Don't know if you can hear that thunder. Can't tell if it's thunder or a plane. Might be a plane. Four of Wands, 1111, union, commitment, victory, twin flame energy. How is the person on Aquarius's mind feeling about my Aquariuses? Two of Pentacles. This was an energy about making a choice in this connection. Perhaps weighing your options, maybe balancing things out. How is the person on Aquarius's mind feeling about my Aquariuses? The Tower. So this connection may have come about from being thrown out of the Tower and this was put into your place. I'm hearing like destiny, a new beginning. And the Wheel of Fortune, ending some sort of karmic cycle. So some sort of karmic cycle ending is what brought you together. Okay. And let's get some clarifying cards for how the person on Aquarius's mind is feeling about my Aquariuses. How is the person on Aquarius's mind feeling about my Aquariuses? Grounding, stability and security, performance, growth, and endurance. So this connection brought in a grounding energy. That's definitely thunder. How is the person on Aquarius's mind feeling about my Aquarius's clock? Needing time, cycles and time to heal, progressing. So this is a connection that was put into your life to help end cycles, start new cycles, and heal and progress in your life. How is the person on Aquarius's mind feeling about my Aquariuses? Key on a ring. Many options, unconventional one-night stand, stringing along. I'm hearing that this is something, this connection is healing that type of energy, whether it be my Aquariuses or whether it be the person on their mind. How's the person on Aquarius's mind feeling about my Aquariuses? Karmic relationship. Resentments and triggers, perception, intensity, and letting go, turmoil, and fleeting. Another energy of this connection healing that type of energy. Or maybe this connection is a karmic relationship that was meant to teach you lessons in love and how to be a better person. How is the person on Aquarius's mind feeling about my Aquariuses? The Runner. Fear of intimacy, running away, intensity, and letting go, turmoil, and fleeting. Yeah, so this connection, it could be a karmic relationship, and it could have been put into your life to teach each other how to stop repeating negative cycles, how to stop repeating cycles of having a fear of intimacy, of running away from a connection, of, I'm hearing, being in abusive relationships, being abusive to each other, learning how to overcome those types of obstacles that happen in some relationships is what I'm getting. Okay, and now I want to see how my Aquariuses are feeling about this person on their mind. It's gonna storm. Storms could be significant with the Tower here. Best Tower card. How are my Aquariuses feeling about the person on their mind? I'm hearing tension, this connection, there was a lot of tension, and perhaps it's helping you learn to release that tension. How are my Aquariuses feeling about the person on their mind? The Ace of Pentacles. There could be some sort of a pregnancy, a new beginning, building upon a foundation. Maybe there was a broken foundation and learning how to rebuild upon that. How are my Aquariuses feeling about the person on their mind? The Knight of Swords. Gaining clarity, gaining truth. I'm hearing some sort of action and communication. Can you hear that? I love thunder. How are my Aquariuses feeling about the person on their mind? The Page of Pentacles. More fresh energy, more building upon the foundation, childlike wonder, perhaps healing inner child wounds. Getting more into being in a childlike energy. It is very healing to remember what brought you happiness as a child, and this connection is helping you embrace that. How are my Aquariuses feeling about the person on their mind? How are my Aquariuses? Oh, 2 cards, you got a bonus. We have the Ace of Cups, so another energy of a new beginning and love, but also another energy of possibly children being in the picture. There could be 2 children, there could be a pregnancy. And then we have the 3 of Swords. And this card, I'm actually getting it being some sort of grief. You experienced some sort of grief. There could have been an ending. It could have been losing someone in your life. It could be grief in this connection on, with it being next to this, perhaps a miscarriage, perhaps wanting another child and not being able to. All right, take that however it resonates. Let me get some clarifying cards with the Love Oracle. How are my Aquariuses feeling about the person on their mind? Thunder. Okay, so that song could be significant. The song Thunder by AC/DC. Thunder. All right, how are my Aquariuses feeling about the person on their mind? I wanted to keep singing, but I had to stop. How are my Aquariuses feeling about the person on their mind? Oh, Brucifer liked that. Brucey Wayne liked that. How are Aquariuses feeling about the person on their mind? I'm hearing like a little bit of a maybe disconnection. You're feeling a disconnection, like things aren't going with the flow like they once did, or maybe things never really went with the flow in this connection. Healthy choices, self-love and self-care, being happier, love in life, okay? How are my Aquariuses feeling about the person on their mind? Kiana ring, many options, unconventional, one night stand, string along. I think this also came out the other way around, and so once again, maybe an energy of maybe both of you healing some sort of energy of one night stands, of player energy, of being an option and not an actual like choice. How are my Aquariuses feeling about the person on their mind? Where's he, Wayne? Heartbroken, deeply hurt and sad, feeling lost, grieving and despair, breakup, okay? So perhaps there was a breakup. There could be a separation based on this Kiana ring energy, okay? But if it isn't a separation, there could have been some sort of loss in this connection. Maybe a family member, maybe a child, maybe a, you know, friend. How are my Aquariuses feeling? Cupid's arrow, have faith, love is coming, surprise invitation, struck by love. One more. How are my Aquariuses feeling about the person on their mind? How are my Aquariuses feeling about the person on their mind? Mask, hiding true feelings, pretending and elude, gaslight, and personify. So what I'm getting is that, whoa, that was loud. I'm getting that there was a lot of hurt in this connection. There was a lot of indecision. So maybe it was like, I'm kind of hearing bipolar. Maybe at one point it was you thought it was a good decision. It was super healthy. It was making you really happy. And then boom, you felt like you were just an option. And then, you know, you felt the love again. You felt the romance again. You felt like this connection was real. And then boom, a breakup or a disconnection or a miscommunication. So a lot of back and forth energy in this connection is what I'm hearing. A lot of energy of trying to work through it though, like trying to stay with it. Maybe also like not knowing for sure what it is that you want. And so I'm hearing like unsolicited advice would be this right here: healthy choices, self-love and self-care, being happier, love and life. And so this is telling me that my Aquariuses are needing to focus more, put their focus more inward on themselves, and that will help my Aquariuses find what is truly meant for them in love, whether it be this connection or whether it be a new beginning, because I'm seeing a new beginning with this energy here, as well as the Page of Pentacles. Okay. All right, and let's see if this connection is meant to be. That's so crazy. The last time I did my last set of readings, it was the thundering as well. Not this much though. And I love it. I love it. Hi, Meow Meow. Is it scaring you? Are you scared, baby? What is that? What is it? He's rubbing his face on my foot. That means he's about to bite my toe. Okay, is this connection with Aquarius and the person on their mind meant to be? Is the connection with Aquarius and the person on their mind meant to be? 3 cards. We have Justice. We have Death. We have the 6 of Pentacles. And one more. Is this person with Aquariuses and the person on their mind meant to be? And we have the Page of Pentacles. With the Death card here, and this storm being intense right now, I'm getting an energy of an ending due to reasons for justice, equal give and take, balance, communication, a new perspective, okay? And protection as well. So some sort of ending. And this ending is going to bring a new beginning, one that's fresh, one that's stable, one that's equally shared commitment, and equal shared commitment, and equal shared foundation, stability, protection, you know, financially secure, all of that good stuff. Now, if there isn't an ending, I'm hearing a new beginning, okay? So I'm not getting a yes, I'm not getting a no. This could be an ending and a new beginning with someone new, or an ending and a new beginning in this connection, based on this card here, some sort of justified action taking place, that like perhaps the person on your mind starting over, gaining a new perspective, and learning how to be more equal. It could be just the person on your mind, it could be both of you needing to work on that, okay? All right, my Aquariuses, I hope you enjoyed this reading and that you have a wonderful rest of your day. Be safe out there if it's storming where you're at, and I'll see you again soon.